We're talking Asics neutral shoes today, Runlong shoes. We'll run through the number 17, Cumulus 17, touch on the pulse, just on the basics of the shoes, the benefits to the runner and the consumer out there. So taking number 17 into account, from the bottom of the shoe, we've got AR plus rubber. That's just a rubber compound mixed with a carbon compound. That's a harder wearing rubber put on the part of the shoe where you've got first point of impact, so that's harder wearing. The rest of the shoe is a type of blown rubber, which is actually quite spongy, which actually helps absorb shock in the shoe as well. So looking at the bottom of the shoe, you've got a vertical flex groove. Like your horizontal flex grooves, this groove follows the line of progression under your foot. What that basically means is, when you're going through your running gait, your foot strike, there's a line of pressure that runs from your heel to your toe or phase in your foot. So that line just follows that progression line. It actually helps the shoe deform sideways as well to help guide you follow the same foot pattern the whole time, so you don't start doing strange things with your foot and get injuries that way with muscles that you're not used to. Then you've got these two grey parts. It's a truss stick, what they call a guidance truss stick. The guidance line runs through the guidance truss stick. That's just for increased stability under the arch area of your foot. If you go through the side of the shoe, you've got two layers in the midsole here. It's called Fluid Ride 2.0. It's upgrade on Fluid Ride 1. It's two-piece material where the bottom line is Solite, which absorbs most of the shock. Slightly firmer than the top layer, which is EVA, Spiva, which is softer underfoot, which makes the shoe fit better. It's more step-in comfort and making the shoe softer underfoot itself. Then you can see visual gel pads on the side of the shoe, on the forefoot and the heel area. Going to the upper of the shoe, you can see that they put the heel counter on the outside of the shoe. It's an external heel counter. The reasoning for that is it's an adjustable heel counter. So people with thin ankles, wide ankles, it's an adjustable heel counter. It adjusts the shape of the foot. And stability-wise, they've tested it compared to normal traditional heel counters. There's cutaways on the sides and slightly at the bottom of the heel. You basically only need stability at the bottom, top, and at the back. Okay, so cutting away some parts makes the heel counter adjustable. It has its normal stability that it needs to have, plus decrease the weight of the shoe. Then the upper itself, you'll see this is the first version, number 17, that has a fluid fit system. The fluid fit system is basically a seamless upper on the shoe with this exoskeleton rubberizing over the top. Basically what it does is it stretches in the place that it needs to stretch, but it is stable in the place it needs to be stable. So in your flex area on the forefoot, it flexes. Over the arch area, medial and lateral side, it is stable to hold your foot on top of the shoe. So that's the number 17. The last little feature here, you'll see on the medial side on the heel counter, it says IGS. That's quite a nifty little feature on the shoe because it's actually not one little feature. The IGS actually stands for Impact Guidance System. All it is basically it's all the technology in the shoe that works together to make your gait cycle as natural as possible. So basically to keep your foot upright as possible, to make it more efficient, more natural. So basically that's everything in the shoe, the way they put the flex grooves, where they put the guidance line, how the guidance truss stick is shaped, the way the upper fits, where they place the gel pads. Everything is well thought through to make the shoe as cushioned and as well fit performance-wise as possible. So that is your number 17 in a nutshell. It is slightly weight decreased from the previous model. It dropped the weight by 30 grams. So this US 9 model is about 310 grams. So weight reduction with increased cushioning from the previous model. Then going down into Cumulus 17, both of these shoes are high mileage models, but just for two different types of athletes. The biggest difference between the number 17 and the Cumulus 17, visually you'll see there's the size of the gel pads are smaller. So this for a different ride and feel on the shoe. You get more direct feedback from the road in this shoe. Although it's got similar features to that shoe, it's just got a slightly different feel. So whichever one which type of ride that you prefer will be the neutral model you go for. Okay, so from the bottom of the shoe, we'll just run through it quickly again. AR plus heel, your blown rubber forefoot, your guidance line, guidance truss stick, your Fluid Ride 2.0, so your Solite and your Spiva, your gel forefoot, gel heel. This shoe does not have an external heel counter, just has a traditional heel counter that's wrapped in material. This is as a more generic fluid fit system that's not seamless. Then if you turn the shoe on the medial side, you'll see it still says IGS, so it also has similar features, a similar way the shoe works than the number 17. So a high mileage shoe, generally speaking, guys that like more feedback from the road, slightly firmer shoe. So the Pulse 7 Also a Runlong shoe in the neutral high mileage range of Asics shoes. As you go down through the models, you'll see there's different features in the shoes. As the features decrease, the price point of the shoe also decreases. The shoe, just running from the bottom quickly, you've got blown rubber forefoot, you've got a guidance line, you've got AR plus heel, you've got a guidance line, guidance truss stick. This shoe just has a speed bump midsole, does not have a Solite midsole, and it's visible rear foot gel pad. It has forefoot gel, but it's not visible. If you actually look at the bottom of the shoe, it's written on the medial forefoot gel, so the gel pads are just smaller in the shoe itself, and just has more of a traditional upper, traditional heel counter. This shoe is not an IGS shoe because at a certain point in the spec range that changed to an IGS shoe, so this forms just below the IGS range. This more or less resembles 3 seasons ago's previous Cumulus, and that's just how the evolution of the shoes have gone.